Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. In 1992, a rock art site in western Nevada at Winnemucca Lake was described by a team as being unusual, possibly of very great antiquity. In 2013, researchers at the site did some rather intensive dating of the petroglyphs. They were able to determine that the petroglyphs or carvings had more than likely been made between 10 to 11,300 years ago. And it may be possible the petroglyphs are even a few thousand years older than that. So somewhere in that time period, a culture existed that decided its beliefs or observations needed to be recorded by carving images into the rock at present-day Winnemucca Lake. Why am I bringing this up? Well, as I continue to explore the desert in Nevada and Utah, I seem to keep bumping into ancient rock art that not just resembles the images at Winnemucca Lake, but directly matches it. So what's the point? The point is that over 10,000 years ago, there was a very interesting culture that might have been flourishing across what is now Nevada and Utah. A culture more than just hunter-gatherers, a culture that had time to record their beliefs by carving it into the rocks across what is now desert, but at that time was definitely not desert, but vast wetlands and lakes. It's absolutely fascinating. One set of images I run into often that match up to the Winnemucca Lake glyphs are a set of straight vertical lines. Sometimes these lines are encased in a border. So it is on this trip that I find another cave in the desert with those symbols carved into its wall, the straight vertical lines. Simple, ancient symbols whose meaning is lost to time. So please join me as I head out to discover what once was. All right, I'm back in an area I was previously in, and I had found some really solid evidence of prehistoric camps in this rocky area. Lots of lithic material. I did come across a small cave. I couldn't get to it because it was kind of a little too dangerous to try and climb out there without the aid of a rope, but I'm back in the area and I want to send a drone up in there just to have a look. So I'm going to head back into the area and do a little more looking in the area. It's man, we're almost in the summer, so as I mentioned in a few of the previous videos, as of late, I need to come up in some elevation just to get out of the heat and the snakes. However, this area is known for its rattlesnakes, so we're out just before the sun's up. It's nice and cool still, which kind of gives us an edge in that aspect. So it's warmed up. Lots of grasses. It's getting thick out here, so it's really snaky. So we want to come out. It's nice and it's almost cold right now, but that's not going to last for long. But oh, see, look at this. I'm already walking. Finding lithic material. This is flaked obsidian, so this is good. But back to the snake thing. Everything will be a little lethargic in the morning for a couple hours at least, so this gives us kind of a window of safety, if you will. But as soon as things warms up, it's not only going to get snaky, but it's going to get buggy. So we're going to be out here for a few hours, have another good look, and then see what we come across. Okay, I can see the small cave across the way. When I was out here before, I didn't notice any evidence of fire in it. It's a little tough to get to. I could set up a rope up on top and rappel down into it. I didn't bring that gear with me, but I could. But I want to send a small drone in there, just have a quick look around, see if there's anything in it. You know, in the spirit of exploration, right? But This was definitely an interesting area. Oh yeah. Oh, I actually just found some more caves. I didn't see these last time. So what I look for when I'm out in areas like this, anything that could possibly be an alcove or ledge, anything that could have provided any type of shelter, there were people underneath it. And this looks like there might have been fires in here, possibly. Some blackening up top there. There's some interesting stones in here that probably shouldn't be in here. Like that. Yeah, look at that. That shouldn't be in here. There might. Oh, you know what? There's some paint in here. You can see it. There's red paint here and here. It is old stuff. Maybe you can see it probably here and there. It is old, and it's pretty much gone. But there's definitely fires in here. It's blackened, and there's charcoal mixed in the ground here. But there's probably pictographs in this, and they've just weathered or exfoliated away. There's nothing. You can see the remnants of the paint, red paint here, right there. But it's really old stuff. Huh, dang it. That's why I sometimes come back to areas I've been in before, because I miss things. And I have mentioned this before, it's a time suck just exploring certain areas, so yeah, real easy to miss stuff. There's the arch I went through. So when I came through last time, I went through this area and went up. Totally missed the spot that I just came through, where I found some of that red paint in a small cave. All right, this is an interesting spot. I'm just on the other side of that arch, but looking down, I've got possible fractured rock here, lithic material. Yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, there's more. Okay, so this is the ledge I was at previously, and there's lithic material all over the ground here. You can just see, I'll pick some of it up, but this is all flaking from tool making. I might have missed something in here. I've got some interesting stones in here, like this. You can see that's been whacked off there. This would have been brought out from that drainage I was just in. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. There's a stack of core stones that have been worked. Look at that. So people would have sat on this ledge either to get out of the sun or the rain or whatnot, that flat rock, and made their tools and do whatever life chores they were involved in. There's more lithic material in here. So this is pretty interesting. The cave is directly across. There it is. Cave's right up in there. I can't get in there. Well, I can if I were to go around from the back side and rappel down into it. I could do that.
But this is a little easier to send the drone in there. From where I'm standing here, it doesn't look like it has a fire blackened ceiling. So it doesn't look there. I don't look like there be fires in it. But it could have been accessed through, they could have had rope, or they could have had ladders going to it. I don't know. Let's send the drone right up in there and get a view. Maybe there's something, maybe there's nothing. Well, I think we struck out on that one, but it appears there was like a dang tree log in there. Oh yeah. Hello. Hello. What do we got here? I got a bunch of birds nesting right up in there. They're not going to be happy about this. Oh, we got a major cave here. It is completely fire blackened in there. All right, I can see rock art in there. We found it. Very nice. All right, going in. Oh man. Oh, there's rock art in here. Oh wow. This is pretty trippy. First thing I want to point out is this got some ancient symbols in here. So you can see these lines carved into the rock here. And you can see that. Those symbols right there, that one, these two actually have paint in them. Those symbols are ancient. I've seen these symbols in another cave far away, even farther into Nevada. And it's a group of vertical lines. Yeah. There's other symbols carved in here. Now, I can't make out a lot because of this is completely fire. I mean, it's covered in soot. But this looks like it's been scratched out. Probably recently, but I can see carvings going in. Maybe the camera's picking up a little better than I can, but there's paint here and here and going down. The camera always picks it up a little better than my eyes can in here. There's paint here. Oh, this is fantastic. So maybe if I get back from the cave a little bit, the camera can pick up symbols a little better. But yeah, there's all kinds of symbols here carved into the rock. And there you can see the vertical lines carved in there. Those are ancient symbols. And there's paint all down at the base. You can barely see this. These symbols are ancient. And there's more paint in here. There's more symbols carved. This is old stuff in here. Really old. You can see some of the carving down at the bottom here. And there's paint. Back out a little bit. I can't make out the symbols, but you can see there's some symbol here. Oh, this is fantastic. I knew there was something out here. There's carvings in here. So this is a pretty big cave, and there were lots of fires in here. The whole ceiling is completely darkened. I mean, it's completely black, I should say. It like comes up. There's a big mound in here that I'm sitting on right now, and there's depressions. I don't know if this is caused by, there's something underneath here, or an animals have dug this out, or it's been built up. I don't know. There could be something underneath this, and because it looks like the bottom's over here. There's big chunks of rock. There's also, you can see there's those water smooth rocks in here, like this. Might have been tools. I don't know. There's a big old spider on it. Nasty. I'm sure there's something like that. But this is a fantastic find. And as you can see, there's symbols all right here, carved in. It's kind of hard to make out because the ceiling is so darkened, but there's also red paint in here. That's ochre. And there's deeper carvings all down the side of this. They're almost not even legible. They're so old. But what is legible are these symbols here and those vertical slashes, the group of vertical marks that are further down that I started out with. I've seen those. This is the same symbols I've seen all the way from Utah into Nevada. That's an ancient symbol there. This is absolutely amazing. So people would have been coming to this cave probably for thousands of years. So it could have been occupied over different periods. There's more than likely art on top of art on top of art. Some of these carvings probably date back to the Archaic period. And then people have been coming here, like I said, for thousands of years, adding more stuff. Because it's so darkened from fire and, of course, weather and age, a lot of this is hard to make out. However, I'm looking at one right here. I thought that there's some markings there. I don't know. This is so incredible. But these markings here, these vertical markings, yeah, we got old stuff in here. Old stuff. Wow, what a find in there. Okay, so the big cave's over here, and just across from it is another small cave, and there's some interesting stuff in here. So we're gonna come into this one and have a look as well. So there seems to be some type of charcoal drawing here. I can barely make it out. It might be anthropomorphic, I don't know, but it comes on and there's more paint in here. It's definitely some type of drawing. As you can see, the ceiling is fire blackened as well. There's some symbols there. That might be a little more recent. And there's some charcoal drawing there, if the camera's picking that up at all. But looks like there might be some carved symbols up in here. Old stuff. Yeah. At the entrance, there's some carved symbols here you can make out. Whew. What a trip. So the larger cave seems to have a little more stuff in it. But fascinating nonetheless. Look at that. That's is that a footprint? If it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 toes. Polydactyly. I've referenced this in one of the first videos I did on this channel about polydactyl worship that was occurring probably in Arizona and Utah. That might have been brought up all the way from southeastern Mexico. Yeah, interesting. I'm not saying that's what it is, but man, it sure looks like it, doesn't it? And it could be something completely different, but it's just beside these other symbols here. How fascinating. Okay, I've backed out from the entrance of the second cave. I'm just going to pan in a little bit so you can see some of those symbols that are carved in the entrance there. You see right in the center of the frame, there's that possible 6-toed foot. But I was able to see those charcoal drawings. And if you look at them, I've panned out a little bit. When you're right on top of them, you can't make anything out. But when you back out, it almost looks like there's anthropomorphic figures there. Drawn in. Yeah, it definitely looks like that. How absolutely fascinating. Well, all right, that was a successful day. I thought we struck out with that first cave with the drone, but we definitely found some redemption in the last two. Just, man, lots of profound contemplation. I mean, imagine that was your shelter, let's say a few thousand years ago, and that's, you know, you came through this area seasonally, and that's where you stayed and you observed and lived life through this. I don't know, it's a lot to think about, you know. So it's absolutely fascinating, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, well, we are warming up out here, and we're moving into late morning, which will soon be early afternoon. So that means our window of snake safety is getting very, very small now. So I think this is going to be a wrap for this video, but yeah, successful day. Caves with ancient symbols in it. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. What an absolute just mind trip. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I've got lots more content on the way. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel out tremendously, and it's free. So, we'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.